10 things they never teach you about being a professional photographer.
Craig, you're on.
Learning the craft of photography is one thing. Knowing the finer points of the business is another. And these aspects often have nothing to do with the camera itself. To make a career in this volatile business takes time, skill and dedication. However, no school or college ever teaches you the life lessons you need to survive as a photographer. So let's look at the 10 important facts that every photographer needs to know when embarking on a career. Yet sadly, no one ever tells you. Number 1, 95% is office work, 5% is actually taking pictures. The glamorous perception of being a professional photographer can seem appealing to any newcomer. Travelling the world on assignments, taking pictures of beautiful models, stunning landscapes or products for blue chip clients, and generally making a living out of what was once a hobby. The reality though can be quite different. Having taken the images, or even before you've even got to the point of actually picking up the camera for an assignment, there's the paperwork, the phone calls, the emails, letters, editing, processing, manipulation and filing. Then there's the balancing the books, tax returns, chasing invoices, telling the bank the money's on the way, it's on its way, rechasing the invoices and uploading images. Oh yeah, it's definitely on its way. It's all part of the business of being a photographer, and yet all this stops you from actually being out there taking pictures. However, you wouldn't have a photography business if you didn't keep ahead of all these tasks. Number 2, how to market your work. Just being able to take a great picture doesn't make it sell. You've got to know where that picture is going to sell and how, and usually all this needs to be decided before you actually press the shutter. Trying to sell a picture that you've already taken is the wrong approach and less likely to gain you a sale. Having a market to sell your work to is obviously the key to success. However, marketing is a mystery to most photographers and has to be learned by the photographer, as it's just as important as taking the pictures. Promoting your work is all about promoting yourself, and get it wrong and your business will suffer. Number 3, how to price your work. Knowing how much to charge is one of the most asked questions by new photographers. The answer to this is that there's no answer. You have to work it out yourself and how much you think you are worth. Not wanting to price yourself out of the market is your goal, but charging too less is not going to make you survive for very long. Clients, I hate that word, hate the word client. Customers will often want to pay less than you think you are worth. That's inevitable. But undercutting your rivals is going to set your bar too low, which you'll find raising is more difficult than the first approach. You need to consider what is the value of an image and what is the value of your time. Just how much are you worth and how do you convince a customer of this? There are some jobs where you may have to accept what the customer is paying, working for certain magazines for instance. However, knowing the pro rata rates should help you decide whether that magazine is worth dealing with in the first place. Oh, and never work for free, ever. A credit of your name is never going to pay the bills. Number 4, handling rejection. Rejection can be the hardest thing to deal with, and having your work rejected can be like a knife in a fragile ego. Remaining positive and using rejection as an incentive to improve yourself is the only way to deal with it. All photographers have to face rejection, experience failure and handle criticism in their career, but you need to have enough confidence in yourself to absorb it and move on. It isn't always a personal attack and often a matter of bad timing or targeting the wrong market.
Hello, is that Craig? It's the Beano comic here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use those pictures you sent us.
If you can rise above it and actually make your photography better because of a rejection, you'll make yourself a better person. Being able to take 50 rejections to get that one yes is what makes a strong-minded photographer. Number 5, it's the photographer, not the camera. This is a great lesson to learn, especially if new into your career when you're trying to make a break with the equipment you already have. It can often seem that to make it big, you need the latest kit and equipment that established pros use to make the success they have, but the equipment doesn't make the photographer. But you can still get your foot in the door by making the most of what you have and allow your photography skills to create the picture, not the camera. Having high-tech gear worth thousands is usually about making things easier for itself rather than a necessity. And often the most significant images you'll see will not be taken with the most expensive cameras in the world, but instead with a simple manual camera with very little else in the setup. Preparation, dedication, determination, and knowing your subject are more important to getting prize-winning pictures than anything else. Number 6, you don't have to be perfect. Now there's a difference between being perfect and getting an image that your customer is happy with. New photographers will strive to create the best, most perfect image they can, but don't be afraid of making mistakes. Things aren't always perfect, and learning to accept good enough can be sufficient to earn the fee or make it to the next step. However, don't think that passing off any old rubbish is going to work. Knowing what other people see as perfection as opposed to your own interpretation is a skill you need to differentiate. Number 7, reinvent yourself and evolve. Now, moving with the times is an important lesson in your photography career. Trends change in all aspects of photography, and keeping ahead of these, or at least up with them, will help you greatly. Keeping one eye on the photo libraries and how photography is being used is crucial to keep you in the game and not be left behind. Magazine styles constantly change, and new editors like different styles of pictures, and agencies want work that will sell tomorrow, not yesterday. What works today will not necessarily work tomorrow, so keep testing yourself creatively and evolve with your photography so it doesn't become stale. Number 8, find stories and ideas. Now, you can't always rely on customers to offer you work, and most of the time they're probably waiting for you to approach them with new ideas. The challenge is coming up with new assignments and ideas, and you don't always need to travel far to find them. The best stories are always under your nose. Working close to home is another point worth remembering. And for the photographer, remembering what is available on your own doorstep can save you time and money. Local knowledge is vital, and one that can gain you a good stead. Now, one piece of advice I can give you is to stay original. You have to offer things that the others aren't. So if you're a landscape photographer, don't be a sheep and just decide to do workshops because everyone else already is. Same with YouTube. It's an overcrowded platform now, so think of something new. Number 9, it's not what you know, it's who. Now, this has lots of relevance in the modern world of social networking and has played a part in all photographers' careers over the years. Having inside knowledge, or a friend who does, can be the key to successful commissions and long-term jobs. Keep contact with those you do meet, and unexpected encounters will sure to arise. Number 10, the fine balance of career and family life. Now, it can be all too easy to devote 100% of your time developing your career at the expense of others around you. Keeping a happy medium is the key to a happier life, but the pressure to succeed can be so great that you can easily get caught in the trap. Waking up one day and realising you've missed your child's early years can never be replaced, but even just making time for friends and family is as important as your career, as no job is worth sacrificing your loved ones for. So remember those 10 points, and you may, just may, make it as a professional photographer. And I hope you do, because it is the best job in the world. It really is.